All right, guys, welcome back. So, hope you all having a good weekend. So, MSTR MicroStrategy today on Friday, $420. That's where we closed. Let's have a look at the levels and basically my take, my opinion as somebody who trades purely options. So, if you have been here for quite some time, welcome back. If you're new, consider subscribing. We talk about daily stock price action every single day in this channel. So, pretty large move yesterday. If you traded this, I mean, premiums were pretty crazy, and intraday it did produce pretty large move. This move was 25% or so, and we know the stock has a large range. Average true range for the stock $45, but this move from $548 to $380, you want to call it like 2-3 sigma move, because it moved a lot larger. And today sort of a relief bounce, and we know this is very options driven stock. And yesterday, if you missed this, somebody, I'm not gonna say somebody, this is the guy who lost pretty crazy money on GameStop shorting it. And then yesterday the report was we are short, but we are long Bitcoin. So they put it in a way they're like, okay, so we think this is going a little bit too far, and kind of agree that this stock is purely it's just trading purely on momentum. Okay, I mean, it doesn't any make sense to me that this stock is trading at these valuations. But when there is a momentum, I mean, all of those things go straight out of the window, right? Because you don't want to stand in front of a train that is moving 100 plus miles. And this guy basically timed it perfectly, because this move would have come. But he said so basically it's a firm, I believe, right? Is it a hedge fund? Who are they? Citron Research. Okay. But they said they're long Bitcoin, and as a hedge, they're short MicroStrategy right in the morning before market open. And you can see it just pretty much plummeted. Option market was going crazy well before that. Implied volatility, has it chilled today? Yes, today off that very like algorithmic, like very choppy uptrend, but it was very smooth uptrend, because I'm sure there were a lot of people who piled in to short it, naked shorted with the basically common stock. But we'll take a look at that data. But I'm going to compare this chart. If we switch a little bit outside, I mean, to daily chart, you can see when you see a parabolic move like this, I mean, these moves happen when people monetize their calls. Basically, when people keep buying calls, and at some point, if they just decide to all lock the gains, I mean, market maker who has been hedging by buying the shares, they dump the shares simultaneously, and you see these sorts of move. And this is not first time I'm seeing it, and I have been able to predict one off the SMCI, where you can see, I mean, in the beginning of the year, SMCI, it was doing same thing, right? So if they did a stock split, but it was going to like 800, 900, and almost hit the like 1,000 plus. And then intraday, it did flush, and that was Friday. You can see it did in a single day 25% move too. And the following day, today, I was watching MicroStrategy to do something like this, but again, it's never one-to-one, right? But the point is, this is same playbook. It has happened even to NVIDIA, because we know it is very options-driven market that we have in the last few years. And I was able to take a look at this move. Let's take a look. I mean, after the split, it doesn't look crazy, but it was approaching its $1,000 level right here in March or so. Stock kept moving up and up and up, gap up, move from almost $800 went to 900 and something, and then very following day, at this point the stock was like trillion something, and it flushed 10%. I mean, for the market capitalization of Nvidia, that was very large move. And same thing happened again right here when it was going up and up and up and up after reporting earnings, doing this split, and it produced it again 10% or so move in a single in about like 3 sessions it dropped like 16%. So identical situation. People buy calls up and up and up, and at some point, I mean, it has to either expire, or they have to exercise it, or they have to monetize it, settle for cash. And as soon as they do that, I mean, the market maker has to just basically sell. So what I'm watching for MicroStrategy. So the point is, I think in terms of the capitalization, I don't know, it's kind of like in between, but maybe similar price action as SMCI you can expect, and I will be watching for something like this, because BTC still hovering around 100k. Did it hit? It's having a hard time like staying above 100k, but we did hit 100k. So I'm gonna be expecting similar price action. So basically hover around these levels, go to like 450, maybe even 500, come down, chill, chop around, kill premium, because next week is very slow week, short week as well, and basically push just like SMCI has done back in at these levels. So does it have a little bit of a more upside from here? MicroStrategy, maybe another 20-30% before spending some time in a consolidation zone like this, and then selling off in January, possible. But I will be watching for this sort of a mirror price action. Of course, it doesn't have to happen one-to-one, but my point is that if you are somebody who is trying to short again, I mean, volume is there. It went crazy. If you, I think a week ago or so, when I was talking about this one, I thought it wouldn't go parabolic like this, but it did, and now we have totally different picture, and I'm going to be watching for something like this, and this stock will be swinging up and down, milking the premium. Again, this is chart of the SMCI, but I'm going to be watching same thing for MicroStrategy, and I will not be surprised if they come out again and do another 10-to-1 split or something like that, but we'll see. That's what I'm watching for MicroStrategy. In terms of option activity today, you can see by the put to call ratio, people are trying to take advantage of both sides, okay, both puts and both calls, by selling them for the most part. In my opinion, I'm not going to go to individual orders, but I'll just looking at the put to call ratio, you can see 493,000 calls and almost like 400,000 puts. And it makes sense when elevated IV like this. I mean, look, by December 20th, this stock is implying that it can move more than 50% up or more than 50% down. Market capitalization 94.7 billion as of market close of November 22nd. So that's the video for MicroStrategy. That's what I'm watching. See you in the next one.